na akuna tu tutono tu enyamono tu kwera kwasi yake eba famu amerika do for tu buko bi ko chifio ya to papa for ku de bi amerika do for tu mama kunekwe akon kombo ama jesu tala uno bi jon chana nama sena ne nama mauli ne nama kofi ne nama sejiram chana nama ikomila ko do ko form ne abu de shere ka kema de amo be shema no form la ko kombo sangaji amana ile ni awon ko ko ngona ni ushia muno yu obegado boto mi ngibeta pemo ko ya ma jesmani ano de ko ya ko ma ne pamo wante ko ko kwa gbo no ko ko de de jutu mi akoko ko ko don papa mi ka fi ka ni kele je mi pe ko mi le ko ba ha ni ka me kana chi gomo de be me a chere yo fu a chere gomo ko to ba shi o ba no ko ne ba sa de ma ko bo bi sa na ko le ko ji mo lo ni wa shi ne ke Papa, me do buito da chira na za. Na famia na come sa mi je come. Fammi je be, ko chi be. Ami je le balo. Mo le ba ko. Mo le ba ko ni mo pra. Balo la ko. Ako do ni si. Ako to ko ya jo. Oh, le ba. Na bi to. Ko ku bi le ma. Bana de, fa ta do na ngu. Ya ko ko ko. O bala ana do ya. Ko ya ba. Ku wo ko ya. Na tukumona hii na tukumona hii atina mona hii anakwenda kufunga hapo hivyo akapo kumo enyamo yasio doka dolame yamesema kwa tukale tadi kwa jasi nai ndio no woti ndio no woti ameko kosa pole ndio hii kwa hivyo anakwenda ando ready baba na baba tu ende down bono na yongo tu kachado tu kama sema na wako Masiama na baba yoto ko ba ni le gba jere ifongu afongu ifongu ala promo masiama na baba ya mala yo ya se bla ko yo wa ko e buli ko ko wole mo nyam ati ko mo la ko kena ba se ba fa bolo papa ko fi go ko no fi go ba ma je to ge ko no se sira la mo sa ka ti mi le na ko jiji na bo ko bi ko na se ko bi o ni ka na wala ya na bu ala lo Leba go, on va couper la mer. Leba ba, pour tout depuis le après c'est quoi? C'est la côte de Batala. Atamina. Yo mata kona ni. Ya portalo. Ya portali bidu. Lenye icho jama la bali bidu chwa. Ya kokuro. Ile kwa la porta ka ti go foto. Amlo na foji. Ba foro na mochi. Bokor kele. Bokor be. The red oil or bokor. The photo le ba na mi. To ka suan awelo. Kele to ka mo. Kele Canada, Australia, America. Germany. Kele ko to. Iye ko to ka ba ka ni ba ki so kwa. Ndo kuje bokor yo to ko mo ka cha ni mo le sia de. Dogo no ni na. Yo la ti yo ba to le to le ma pasa ba de ba. Onye na yo gba le me bere am yo suru le po ogbere wa yin ko na lo baba ba de tagu le fi wo de tagu akure to mo nya ye ni go bile chi ko na ko ma nyo lo e fe no moji ka ko no moji ma ka ma ko no moji ko se tro de ka ko no moji ta Come on, talk out. I talk out. That's the thing. You got to talk about.
Ọba yẹn tuntun dé lọ́dún àbẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ̀ní àgbẹ̀jẹ̀ òyìnbó àkókò lọ́gbọ̀dọ̀ tí mẹ́jọ àhìn àti ẹ̀fí jẹ̀ rédíò síbẹ̀kẹ́ ìgbòho bí mẹ́tọ́ọ̀sì ò bá lọ ní lókòrò bí dọ̀pọ̀ ẹ̀dàpọ̀ bí kú ne bɔkɔ rɛ adinɛku rɛ ne yɛrɛ bɛ taa síbẹ̀kẹ́ ne àtikú ne bɔkɔ tọ́ mi kò ní ẹ̀dá yìí yɛrɛ bɛ taa. Kókóró bɛ lani.
Kumano tu dɔwɔrɔ tu lo kumano kɔnɔ sesi dɛ kuma mi lɛ mɛ tɛ kɔ mɛ siama lɛ lafiya wele jɛ jina mɛ siama a bɛ tɔ sen na fila yi b'o le filɛ de o cɛ na mi yɛlɛ cɛn na ne ma ba yi kɔ ayɔ ɛɛ o gba la gama ani ma lase ka mɛ sɛnɛ ba o ko ne tiɲɛ kɛ ne o tɛ o ko sɛŋ na ni i sera tɛ gba mɛ kaba la ka tɛ to ele ko wata nana de na mo wata
Àmì ọ̀ di ta. Ewe add small.
we do it in the all different place
Ni ẹgbẹ̀rẹ̀ ní nígbà kan. Lọ́nà inú ọ̀la bó sì àbí bu.
bale bagbo agboyo to petu afuka wole wa fun ko wo pra ko pejo won mo dan won so la le kuta se won la hojo fi won si le e hun ta gba hun bi ajo le kokulu wa ya na ko na kuma na tu to mo tu nya mo na tu adu ego mi le no amekele bi papa pe fi o ma no ko ko ba no wa o ma to kun pe cha to e ma ko do na gbla
Sọ̀rọ̀ mi kọ́ iná lè gbàgbé olówó. What don't you? Ache. And this one will go to the leg baby.
bale bagbo ya ko do ba fu mo won pra e won mo do won so e bo da che ba lo la hojo fi mo si re o ba hojo re lo bi ke ba hojo wo awo bo da che no la hojo ara ro hojo lo ai lo bi o la hojo ai bo da che no la ro ma gbo fi o le ba ta de ba fa ku yo apo
Ache.
ko yo mo mo e yo la cha che to para to jo ra mo na igbo igbo yo ro no lo
Ache.
wa mi maka da na ji asasa no de
Mere ma ga se.
no kupo kaba to aso ka tete ya bia adun wa de foto ai bi de ko na fi ala na bi di foto la wi che wa na ngu ko foto ni wa di foto na ma wa aka wuto na na ke bra fuja na gba fugbo e go mi lo
Allah fugbo ne afodijo.
se jam ahora de oro
Hello, Sister Joanna. We are now about to start your rituals. So I'm going to pray, and then we'll pray the prayer for you. And then these are the drinks. We have the drinks and everything. We sent for some. We'll bring them soon. Okay,
la ìwà pọ̀ta ló ti wà bá ìjọba ọlọ́mọ yàtọ̀ tó yẹn ti ìṣọ̀rọ̀ bọ̀wọ̀ tó tó yò ìjọmi náà gbòòrò nílẹ̀ tí ní ìyàtọ̀ náà gbòòrò òwe yàtọ̀ lẹ́ka ń gbàmú pé díẹ̀ ní àkọ́ gbàmú ẹ̀kọ́ jù kàjé mi nà ìjọba ìbùkọ́ bí lè sẹ́yìn tí màgé òyò ẹ̀kọ́ ẹ̀rọ yín ó tàṣà sí ó tàṣà tó yín ní ẹ̀kọ́ jí mo lọ ó bá ṣe tẹ̀ ẹ̀dẹ́ mi yẹn ó jà ti fáfá tó bá àwọn àhàkó ó jà ti àbúrò fámi ọwọ́ kọ́ náà wọ́n di à na akumono tu edomono tu enyamono tu kweda kwasi yake eba famu amekira do foto buko bi ko chifio neto papa to ku do bi amekira do foto je mama kunekwe ya won komo ama jesu batala umo bi jon chana nama sena ne nama mauli ne nama kofi ne nama sejiram chana nama edomira ko do ko do form ne abu de shere ka kemo de ama bo shema no form ka la ko bon komo sangaji ama ile ni won ko 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 shi amuno ni ọmọkẹ́dọ̀ kò tó ní ẹgbẹ́ ta fẹ́ mọ̀ tó yẹ máa jẹ̀sẹ̀ máa ní àná ni ó yà kọ́ ọmọ àdúgbò kan mọ́ wọn bẹ́ẹ̀. ó kọ́ fọ́pọ́ àgbọ̀n náà kò wèrè ó jẹ́ jẹ́ ju kí mi yà fọ́pọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ kàkó fọ́pọ́ kàkó ní kàkó ní kẹlẹ̀ jẹ́ ní ẹ̀pẹ́ ẹgbẹ́ mi rẹ̀ wọ̀ tọ́pọ̀ ká ní àkàrà ẹ̀mẹ́kẹ́ nà chi gọ́mọ̀ bí ẹgbẹ̀rẹ̀ mẹ́rin àti ẹni yóò kù àti gọ́mọ̀. Pẹ̀lú bá ṣe wọ́n kó tẹ bá tẹ̀ wọ́n kó tẹ sára àbúrẹ́ náà ìgbà wọn fẹ́ bá bẹ̀ tí wọ́n fẹ́ náà wọ́n ló ti ìkàfẹ́ òṣèlú tó sì bọ́ náà kí kọ́lẹ̀ bá ṣàdé ní ọmọ gidigidi àpò bọ̀bọ̀ lè ṣàdé náà pọ̀ ilé pẹ́ jí mọ́ lọ ní ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹ̀ṣẹ̀.
Two on this side. You should do it like this. Now I want you to draw your card. No, why you do it like this? You do it like this, so you do it.
One,
two,
okay,
two, the next one, one, two, then one again. That will be one, and then two.
No,
One.
One is okay.
So, do it again. Same thing. One. One. Now, the back of their hands cannot hold anything. Let me show you the back of their hands to be holding things. and much death and much sickness. Every day, eh? Every time I feel okay. You follow me? When you first you blow towards the sunrise, I say when the sun rises, it should rise among my enemies. And first you blow it first before you say. That when the sun rises, it should rise above my enemies.
Oh, ago mauga, ago mauga, ago mauga, mauga sombolisa medwago, mauga kitikata medwago, mauga ese joto, amejoto, ese enanuame, ese etienuame, wamana bevi, dokuna bevi, wamana bevi maybe enanu dokuna bevi ogbeo, dokuna bevi maybe enanu wamana bevi ogbeo, senye popolipo meyo, senye datafia meyo, medwago, what I feel. Meyo me no so je anyi du so kakatika sposha treme la fa banya glomi la pia treme nya glomi du hono nya meyo la tike wenye anyi gba ma do flo afokwa anyi gba ma do adika wenye abele ma teku eteka na ba ba ho na ko meyo akan pe jo kan ngole ba kai chefo ba kan subo kan tro ba kan meyo kai ya kan meyo ta ba kan ba kai peli pa me ba nya do la ko ba ba te fito la so to do meyo mi nu da ho ba o bo ka ko gbe mi o zango be yo be bi na ho yora ke wo jo pa jo maku fo kama vole mo dichi me vole fudo me bere ku ku kwa to fo mo jo bonyo he me jo bonyo mo to ya mo ju to adu kware pe be yin le fe me to ba jo tu so pro bi o mo no te bere ka jo pata be ele ati jo vo va jo yin jo pata be fia jo pata ma tro mo gbe da mo lo e fi fa gbe ri di jo pata na fi mi ajo lo jo pata te fe me yo me se me bo di to me de te papa pe luluti subolu ajima ogboju kúrò lọ́jà lórúkọ kọmọ ìgbàlẹ̀ tí bá fẹ́ mo bá lójú náà pẹ́ fún àgbòsápá tẹ̀ mẹ́yọ̀ àti gẹ̀lẹ́ mẹ́yọ̀ kúrò mo dúró yẹra kékeré àlàáfíà èyí mẹ́yọ̀ amẹ́gá sẹ́sẹ́ gẹ̀jà àpà sẹ́sẹ́ sẹ́sẹ́ tọ́wọ́ gẹ̀jẹ̀ mẹ́yọ̀ brahim mẹ́yọ̀ bọ̀bọ̀ tí mẹ́yọ̀ ń gbẹ foli bọ̀ mọ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ gbẹdẹ 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 náà nkọ́ sọ́kọ́ kó akúbi mẹ́yọ̀ náà yà kọ́ sọ́kọ́ kó foli kọ́ kúndé kíkà sí yà kó sì fòsì yà kó sọ́ àbúrà kọ́ búrà mẹ́yọ̀ màmá yẹn gbọ́dọ̀ gbé ń bá tọ́gbẹ́ yà kọ́ kó fi bone. Maya will not tuji boko tuji tabu tuji mayo kini has said when she but I super when another boko at that free so far a movie boko a facha wa joke mayo who know who the backbone who know who the Africa mayo be mayo tabu anani tretu so for harina me open mayo kabiba menu open la penas meto berani mayo go japa menu open ko do ya ko do ga open ma Sule, you have a halo, the alcohol. When you see no potato, no backward. Never for her. We are not good at the Vida Basira Beneva. Kuto Benefana, mi Bobore, and I could go to Nefana and you could be Vitamin Osia. A mayor of the Christian, every Brahini, a Memocosi, when you are Mensa Chapo, a Blosio, a Banu, Mayomi. They often could fit Mensa. Yamayo, Togway Amuchi, Mayo, Penye, Amabe, Anita, Ama, Pokua Kubia, Baha. Kuto Benefana, mi Bobore, and I could have got Zira Beneva. Kwa harimi ano nango kwa never look. Yatepe kwa harina tagbe Abraham jivenu aja kuto bane fana gbogbogbore agbogbo ne fana mi opete pete mi no wera gbe vida gbe si agbe ko mi bi asia we me yo video brahini bio gbe ku bi bio gbe tuta seke si seke gbe no ko yi me ba cho nya no ngwa ge no pete me yo na sa ku mo no pleto bi ba kwa yo dainga abo dainga do dainga ko di da ma dire se me danya ma sa do ma kele da bio mi nyu afole o mi nyu yo mi da ku na nya ka pe ga ma te mu sa ko kele lo ko yi me le ba cho nya no pete no ba se that's lo ba cho nya no pete no ba se be egbe un ga ke mi le Facebook live ya da si asime na mi ni mi we mi ko ta me yo pete pete le se me pa se pa le nya ko re la ma se ne ba na lo why they didn't that you see what they are doing. Instead of people in this house to think that to know that the dogs also eat, people don't think like that. So see what they are doing. I mean, do you actually come in? Never know. We do actually move back out for you back back. Is it okay? The Wi-Fi okay? Jachi now cookies here, Penny. Seragadi, Jachi Namilo. Yangati Jachi Nami cookies here. We have the vida there. Oh, ago, appelle Clopodo, Asabada for people. Appelle toi, appelle toi, Assigno, appelle toi, Benyo, appelle toi. Ama yasi agba bafu manya pelito. Aya agba bafu manya pelito. Pelito ko nya. Peli me no amesi do wa mo. Peli me no na amesi odi enu mo ko no. Apeli me no amesi de evon nya von de da meji oro. Me yo apeli beneto na. Aha ka. Me yo sheme han fura se mi fura shopite yo mi. Yo esenye popolito. Yo mi. Yo alajadu apenya ga. La visa matu me yo. Ya me yo esuguma suboju bi anyi ha. Sita pe Sabia, when I'm a sit of woman, a honoman, baby, very plus like by the camera. Oh, my own Saklatoke, Jopata, and yet Baron Namlo. Eh, may your fan go to a fat bomb matches or purpose paper to Musolome that party. May your body be you come only make it, also making only make it, acclimate, good damage, summit, damage, group the make, Tulamage, let them make it, Fumage, Polichi, Tulamayo, Clever Video come up what Tabado, Tabado, in a Demopudi, everybody, let me ask him here. Fana nye kule vinyo kula tre nye bakula me yo pete le mi abe mo ti le mi abe mo yo me je le nusro tu mi agbore mi na me ne bobo na o be ti ogbo mi je meje gajire e ta ma jase o ima mi je yin no je jina mi de na me ne bobo na mi see the this is going down. Yeah, okay. First, this is our fourth episode this month, and we will continue today and from the next week. Also, we wealth and happiness into your lives. Thank you. Let's go back to the lecture. So prepare your questions, and I'm ready to try to answer them for you.
That's fine. Good afternoon, my brothers and sisters, and our fans everywhere in the world. And I'm saying good afternoon, good morning, and good evening to you, wherever you are at this very precious moment. Thank you very much. And this is a revolution question and answer section, live section on Facebook Live. I am Christopher Voncujovi, your host for today's question and answer section. Thank you very much for joining us wherever you are joining us from. Please share this moment with people or share it on your platform or other platforms so other people can also join and then learn something. Thank you very much, everybody. I'm very grateful to you. Africa Money Temple is very grateful to you. Revolution is grateful to all of you for keeping us going. Thank you very much. We will start with the greetings from Raymond Bacha. Say blessed Sunday. Raymond, blessed Sunday to you too. And then Raymond is in Manchester. Is it not? I think I just saw something like that. Who is in Manchester? Okay, that is okay. Then we are talking about Marjorie Ann Buckley Jones. Let's say saying good day, Papa, from Manchester. And then we have Canifisha greetings, Papa, and the AMT family. No light is the car. Anytime you have a movie, go to no light. So, and then we have our sister Andy G. Fisher greetings, Papa, and family. Have a blessed Sunday. Same to you, you and Kadi. And then we have Alulu Jason. Grand greetings, Papa and family. I send blessings beyond measure from Augusta, Georgia. Thank you very much, and blessings beyond measure for you too. And then we have Ifadara telling Shabaki Fernandez happy birthday. Thank you, and Shabaki, happy birthday to you. And I wish that this your new year will bring a big change for the positive in your life. May the ancestors continue blessing you and continue to guide you to the light. Thank you very much. And then we have our brother Shamba Musa Mohammed saying greetings from Ohio in the US. I think that's all for now. We still have some. Yeah. So please bring in your questions. We are live on YouTube as well because the technical team is able to put things together and we are live straight away on the YouTube. So we have David. Say peace and love to my brothers. Oh, why? You hide it? Sorry. Peace and love to my brothers from South Carolina. Thank you very much. And then we have Mario Young from India saying, good evening, Daddy, the AMT family. Greetings from India. Thank you very much, Mario. We have our big brother, Martin Kobler. Good afternoon to you, my brother, and greetings to everyone there, and also to our divine helpers of the show. Thank you very much for Martin. I'm very grateful. Thank you very much. And greetings to you too. Let's go on. Okay, maybe while we are waiting for people's questions to come in, I will use this opportunity to discuss a very simple thing. Is everybody wearing mask here? I told you before, when you are inside here, wear mask because we don't know who is coming from outside. We in the house, we are okay, but when people come from outside, we don't know what they come with. So please wear masks, everybody. Yeah, so those are the greetings. So I'm now just going to pour some libation for Abochi because we have prayed outside already, but I will just have to give him a drink and a kind so that we will be able to start. My drink is finished. Give me another bottle there. How can they stop that? I mean, if you know better, come in, I know, but man, young, the done ball. Oh, I want you to sacrifice to about where the work to call you on call, come up with a total little friend, and I think I'm saying, oh, to Jabba, coach of talk to you, to the Akram, your cabinet. Cabinet. You're talking about to vote to the Rahul. Pass a little protection. Okay, you're at the may your kind, but you're the kind, may your right to the Harami, and I could have maybe that that's the range of the Mayo, no, 2G, or 2G, to the Philippines, as a question, that's about it. For the Japan of Ruba, Japan, Kavi, and Jobu, Mayomi, or Soku, Mayomi, a plate of Pablo, everything about Harami, and I could have maybe that we have our brother Eric Danson. Eric Danson, greetings, Papa. Greetings, Papa. Wishing you peace and blessings from Baltimore, Maryland, USA. Thank you very much, Eric. We are very grateful for you joining us. Yes, I was saying that before we get the questions coming in, let me just use this opportunity to elaborate or say something about power. A lot of times people will call me and say, oh, they wanted to come to me so that I can give them power so that they can be able to do things that they thought they could do if they have power. And I always answer them that no one can give you power. There is nobody who can give you power. It's not like a biscuit where because you have money in your pocket, you go to the store and buy it, and then you come back and start using it. Real power must be developed by you. What you can get or what you can buy is the technique, the training, the directions. Which directions you can, the directions that you have to go to be able to acquire the power. So we at African Magic Temple are not giving power to people. We are rather emboldening and empowering people to be able to have power. We teach people what they should do to have power. We give them direction. We do the necessary initiations and whatever things you are told by the oracle not to do or to do, that's what we do. So we don't give power to people here, but we teach you how to develop your own power, which is already within you, and you need to know how to build it up so that it is not something that anyone can take away from you. But then people sometimes think that when somebody is powerful, once you go to the person and say, so I pay money, please give me power and let me be powerful. No, there's nothing like somebody selling power or power being exchanged with money. The techniques of you acquiring power may be exchanged with money that no one can prepare power and then give to you and say, this is power, so go and use it. They will teach you the techniques, how to develop your own power. Even if the Ewe Vodu is given to you, without you yourself developing it or having a way to connect with that Vodu, you will not be able to see any power in that Vodu. So power is not something like a biscuit or bread or whatever, or a mobile phone or handset that you can just go and then pay money and buy it and start using it. No, it's not like that. You must develop it. So that is what power is. And that's what exactly we at African Magic Temple are doing. And another thing is that when people come to us for a reading, when I do a reading or I do a reading for people, most of the time the people misunderstand me or misunderstand the process, thinking that the prince who is explaining what the reading is, I am the one deciding that the reading should be like this. There was an incident a few days ago when some people came to us, and then through that we were discussing, we were doing a reading, and then something came up, and it got to a point the person who the question was directed to or the reading was directed to felt very bad, as if I was trying to say a bad thing about them in front of their partners. No, it's not me. I don't know you. I've never been with you. I barely know you. So if you come and I am doing a reading is not anything personal with me. What I see is what I tell. I don't create my own stories. When the oracle falls, whatever is inside the oracle is what I will tell you. They may be pleasant to you, they may not be pleasant to you, but that is what the oracle has seen about you, and that's what I am telling. Or when I open the mirror, whatever the mirror says is what I will tell you. So it is not like I personally have anything bad or anything against anyone who comes for reading. But if you are coming for reading, you should also be prepared that anything can come out, because a reading is to unveil the secret things that is covered that you are not understanding, and the things that are blocking your chances, whatever is disturbing you, which are hidden. So the work of a reading is to unveil those things so that people can see, and people can see what was hidden or what is hidden, and then the idea and the information that the reading will give you to follow. If you do follow them, it is for your own good. But then one thing people should also understand, that when I do a reading for you, I am not going to go following you to say that, hey, please come, let's do the ritual. Please come, let's do the ritual. I'm not that kind of priest. My old man told me that that is not the type of priest we should be. If I do a reading for you, if it is all up to you. If you want to continue to do the ritual or do the ritual, that is up to you. If you don't want to do the ritual in the reading, that is also up to you. I have nothing to do, and I have nothing to say by saying that you should come and do the rituals. It's your problem. I am only a seer. I am only a psychic. I am only a priest or a bokor, and I am doing a reading for you and tell you that this is what I have seen around you. And when I see what I see, and I told you, and you don't come to do it, it's not my palaver. It's your palaver, because the problem is yours. It's you who is in trouble, and you want to do what to do to change what is happening to you. So if I do a reading for you and you don't come back to do the ritual, I don't care. It's your palaver. It is not my palaver. I had told people many times that if you're not ready to do a ritual, don't do a reading. But if you come to do a reading and you don't want to follow on the ritual, I mean, I don't care. I must be very straight and plain with people, because it's becoming like people think that when you are doing a reading, you have anything personal against them. I don't know you from anywhere. Why should I have anything personal against you at anywhere at any time? And if you don't do the rituals that is prescribed by the reading, that's your own problem. So people should not think that we are the kind of priests that will be chasing people. There was a case, there was a guy who had been bothering me to do a reading for him, and finally when the reading was done, he thought that I should do it his way. Your lover left you, and you wanted your lover back. I did the reading, and the reading is saying that the woman is with another man and is not coming back. And he said, no, that's not possible. She cannot be with another man. That's not my problem. That's what I saw, and that's what I'm telling you. Now, a few days later, you call back and the reading I did, you don't, it's not true. I was telling you a time, I was telling a lie. So there is lies in spirituality, and so you will not do the ritual. I don't care. It's your problem. You have gone through many people before getting to me. And if you could find the answers at those places, you wouldn't have come to me. And if you could solve the problem yourself, you wouldn't have come to me. So when I see what I saw and I told you and you feel that it's a lie, that's your problem. I am not here to tell lie to people. And if you are looking for something and the thing is not coming to you, and you know the thing doesn't belong to you or it's no more with you. If I saw the same thing and told you that because of this, that's why the thing is not coming back to you, I am not the liar. You are self-deceiving yourself, thinking that everything that you want should belong to you. But the world is not like that. The world is not like that. It's not everything that you want that will come to you. No matter how hard you will try, sometimes some things don't come back to you. So when people are asking us to do a reading for them, you should all understand that we do our best in our best way, as we were taught, to be able to see what we can see about you or whatever you ask, and we will tell you the way we know. Whatever the oracle says, or the oracle that has fallen, it's in coded form, it's in coded form, and then we try to decode it by breaking down the stories of what has fallen. So I am not the oracle, and I'm not the one who told the oracle to fall the way it fell for you. So I should not, people shouldn't look at me as if I am saying, and you are looking at me in front of my partner, and you are saying, you are telling me this. I'm not the one telling you, it's the oracle that is telling you. So I don't take things lightly sometimes when people don't understand what they are looking for. A lot of people call themselves spiritualists, so I am doing spiritual thing. Sometimes people think that when you don't eat meat, you are a spiritual person. You are not. By being a vegetarian doesn't make you a spiritualist. If you avoid drinking alcohol, so you think that because you are not drinking alcohol, that makes you spiritual. It is not true. Spirituality is a practical thing that you practice, you learn, and go through process and learn it, and you practice it practically. Then you call yourself a practicing spiritualist. You don't read books and then after reading some book, a story in a book, and then you just assume that you are that story or you are the character in that story and begin to look at yourself as a spiritual. It is not true. It's self-deceit. A lot of people on the net calling themselves spiritualists just because they are either not eating meat or they are abstaining from sex or this is the call it. No. Abstinence from sex does not make you a spiritual being. It is all lies, self-deceit. Spirituality is a natural thing. And in nature, people eat food when they are hungry. And people drink water. Animals drink water. Plants drink water. And people copulate, have sex when they feel like having sex or having children. It is not a sin. It is not a crime. That is how nature is. God has never brought anything into this world without having that process. So when you sit down and think that when you have sex or somebody has sex or you become a sinner, that is only a religious people's way of looking at nature. So what about the goat and the dogs? When they also have sex, are they also sinners? Is procreation not coming out of having a sexual or intercourse? Is that not how God created this world? Have you ever seen God creating a human being, whether a human being as big as Adam or as small as a baby and drop it down somewhere before? It all comes through a woman's womb. And that before it could happen, it is either they have a physical sex or the sperm and the ovum can be mixed together in the laboratory and create a being that they will implant into a woman to give birth. So spirituality is a practical thing. Those little things should not deter you and bring you fear to say that because you don't drink alcohol or somebody who is drinking alcohol, then the person is not spiritual or the person eating meat is not a spiritual. I think spiritual practices. When I was a celibate priest, even some of my senior priests were having sex with some of the nuns. We had seen those things. You decide to be a celibate, why do you do that? When I felt that I cannot be a celibate, I left the order, put my gown and everything down, and I live a normal human life. and I am even more spiritually powerful than them. So this is my very simple lecture to you this afternoon about practicality in spirituality. Don't let anybody deceive you and tell you that when you are not eating meat, that makes you spiritual. When you are not drinking alcohol, that makes you spiritual. And it is also not because you just cross your legs and sit down and then you say you are doing meditation without knowing the process that you call yourself spiritual. It's not true. Even meditation, you need to be initiated and given the guidance how to meditate. Either you are doing the japa, which is a repetition of the particular mantra or the holy name, or you are doing the pranayama by doing the breathing exercise by moving from one chakra to another. If you don't know those things and nobody has taught you anything, don't just call yourself a spiritualist and deceive yourself. Be very practical and be realistic to yourself. Thank you very much, everyone. Yes, let's go. I'm now in. I want your questions to come, and then we have Jay Ricky. Say peace to you, Jay. Thank you very much, Ricky. We are very grateful for you joining us. And I have my big brother, Martin Kobler. I don't like you drinking the water you drink from that plastic bag. So I call you to discuss it, but no response. Kindly call me after the program so we discuss a solution. For Martin, you see, the problem is that pure water is what is everywhere in Ghana. You have to be a very rich man to only be drinking from the bottle. But for the common man, the pure sachet water is what is everywhere. I am a common person. And if I feel thirsty and if that is the water for me to drink, I will drink it. It's not like I don't make myself special. If I have money and I am able to buy the bottled one, yes, I will drink the bottled one. Yes, so the water is everywhere. If everybody else is drinking it, so why am I so special that I shouldn't drink it? No, it's okay. I mean, if that's what is going to kill me, I'm ready to go. I don't have a problem with that. I just want to be as natural as I am. Even in the village, people are drinking from the well, people are drinking from the river. So anyway, I understand your concerns, but I'll see what I can do about it. And the sachet water is, listen, even I am going to some of these sachet water factories to set up the factory for the factory to boom, to make sales. And then I don't want to drink. So am I being a hypocrite or what? No. So thank you very much for Martin. I'm very grateful for your concern. Can the sound be made louder, please? It's low. I had to turn my volume too high to hear it. If it is okay now, just let me know it's okay, because I don't know whether I have to bring the microphone closer to me or the sound is okay now. Okay, the technical engineers are saying that the sound is okay now. Thank you very much. And then we go on to Solomon Boating. Good day, Papa, and our beautiful family. Thank you very much, Solomon, and thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. And it's been, I hope that you have gone through all the videos that I've sent to you of your work. Go through them, and if you have any concerns or questions to ask me, please do. Thank you very much for joining, Solomon. And then we have Anthony Olotu. Greetings and wonderful day and week to you. More grace and power. Thank you very much, Anthony. I'm very grateful for you joining us this afternoon. Yes. And then we have our soldier man, Ebenezer. Ebenezer also. Greetings from Kentucky, Papa, and AMT team. Thank you very much, Ebenezer. I'm very grateful for you joining us. We are all here today, and greetings to you at the barracks of the base. I don't know what you call the American base or I don't call it American base, but I don't know how they call it there. When I was in the Philippines and in the Yokota and Yokosuka, I know they call it American base. Whether because it is outside America, that's why they call it so, I don't know. Yeah. So Thank you very much for joining us. And then we have Torafe Williams. Hey, Torafe, it's been a while. Greetings to you too. How is Angie? Fine. Thank you very much for joining us. Are you sure this? I'm not in the image. Looking hot here. Directed up. What is the number of pages? Is this okay? So 16. Okay, no problem. We'll just be managing. Because I start feeling hot here. I don't know whether anybody else is feeling hot. Are you all okay?
Yes.
And then it's me. I have not drunk today, so why am I feeling hot? Hey. Okay, AMT is telling to for Martin that thank you very much for the recommendation, Mr. Martin Kobler. Our team will do well to implement these improvements. So that's the message. Is all the MTN going on well?
Yes.
Okay. Then we have Mario. Okay, we have Nana Kwesi Ofori. Greetings, Papa. This is Kwesi Amamfo. Okay, Nana, how are you? Yeah, I was expecting you to be here last week. I didn't see you and your woman. So I am around anytime you have the time. Please let me know when you are coming. Then we have Mario Young again from India saying, Daddy, I was proud of you when I saw you invited to attend the funeral of the late H.E. Rollins, His Excellency Rollins. I was like, that's my spiritual father. You are you are a big man, but humble and modest. That's what I like about you. Thank you very much, Mario. I'm very grateful. Thank you a lot. Yes, sir, we have Angie G. Fisher again. Greatest Papa. When you are told that a certain spirit like Obatala governs your head, what does this mean in Ewe or to you? I assume it to mean your actions are like that particular Vodu. How would one get closer to this God or consciousness? Angie, I must be very frank and sincere. This Obatala, Babaluaye, or whatever guiding your head is mostly in Yoruba spirituality in Ifa, and especially Nigeria, Ifa, and the Ifa in the diaspora. In Ewe Vodu, your essence, your destiny is all that guides your head. There is nothing more than to say some spirit is guiding your head or all this. No. In Ewe Vodu, it is your essence, your destiny. Jogbese, Joto, people give, Ewe has so many dialects in it, so from different places, people will call it different names. Some people will call it Joto, some people will call it Ese, some people will call it Jogbese, some even call it Aklam. It's the same thing. Your destiny is the one that guides you. So that Obatala guiding your head and all this thing is mostly people from the Yoruba tradition, and especially in the diaspora, people just tell you something is guiding your head. Nothing is guiding your head. It's your destiny that guides you. Your own destiny is your head. It's the one that guides your head. I must be very frank and sincere, because a lot of the priests out there are just priests in name. So you pay attention to your job, your essay that I set up for you. Pay attention to it. It will speak to you. And if there is any Voodoo that your essay wants to work with, or wants that Voodoo to come and work with you, it will come to you. There is nothing like your Batala guiding your head. It is mostly in the Yoruba and especially in the diaspora. This thing. We in Ewe culture, in our Voodoo, your destiny is what guides you, because your destiny, because the Yoruba are calling Ori Sha. Ori means head, and Sha is related to spirit. So Orisha means your head spirit. So in Ifa tradition, they will say, okay, it is this spirit that is guiding you, or Orisha, this one, Batala, or Yemaya, whatever they are calling. But in our Vodu, your destiny is the Ori, and your destiny is only you. That is the what do you call it? That is the entity that came, the God that came with you into this physical world and take a form like you. So when you are dreaming, when you are sleeping, even though your physical body is activeless, is no more active and is sleeping, but that destined mind or destiny is not a physical thing to see. It's active. That's why you have dreams. That's why you move to places. And then sometimes certain places you will be in your dream, you feel like you had been there before. Sometimes even you wake up and next time you dream, you see that yourself going to that place again. It is just simply telling you that your ori or your destiny, your set had been through many lifetimes before this present lifetime. So sometimes it takes you back to those kind of places that you had been in the past before this lifetime. You revisit such places and you see them in dreams. And sometimes you meet people you know, and you think that you know them, but you have never met such people in your physical life. And you definitely associate with them and become friends with them, or you feel like that is your place. So for us in Ewe Vodu, destiny is destiny. It is what rules you. That's what came into this world with you, and it is what is going to leave this world when you are going. Your physical body will deteriorate and get rotten and all this, but your destiny will never change. It will be with you again in the next lifetime. So when you want things to be better for you in the next lifetime, do as much spiritual practices and do good things in this life so that your next birth will have a better opportunity and a better place to meet. That's all that I can tell you. So forget about that thing somebody's telling you that something is your head spirit. You have got your set up already. Maybe those who have not got anything done for them, they could go on believing that there is some Babalu or Batala or whatever is guiding their head. Yes, it is of the Yoruba tradition, but I am teaching you to go Vodu, and it is Vodu what I am doing here. Yes, I use Ifa to find the path, to find answers, but I'm mainly teaching Vodu. So maybe such question can be directed more to the people who are into Ifa, but I am teaching Vodu, and I have set up your destiny for you already. Try as much as possible to be closer to your destiny. Your destiny will give you everything that you need. It will give you all the information that you need, either physically through certain actions that will happen or certain practical things that you see, or in your dream. Your destiny should be able to guide you if the destiny is really working. And I believe that the way I set up your destiny, I know it should work. Thank you very much, Angie Fisher. And then we have Ebenezer also saying, Papa, what does it mean when one dream and you fly at the point you were chased and almost got you concerned? Yeah, if you are flying in a dream, what it means is that you are overcoming your challenges and you are overcoming your enemies and people who are distracting you. That's what it means. It means you are able to escape from them. Dreams are real in the sense that you are on a different plane. You are no more on the physical plane and you are acting there. So sometimes before things happen to you on this physical plane, they start from the dream world. And if you are not able to take care of them quickly in the dream world, they descend down to the physical plane and become physical problems for you to face and deal with. That's why we do readings. So when you are not understanding something, you do a reading. And in that reading, the oracle, then for those and the spirits that are doing the reading, should be able to tell you what is happening behind the scene, what you are not seeing physically. And then they will give you a guideline and tell you do this, do that, so that you can avoid that thing from translating or transmitting itself into the physical plane. Thank you very much, Ebenezer. I hope my answer will clear your doubts a little bit. So we got Auntie Fisher saying thank you, Papa. And then we have Mario Young again. Okay, Daddy, the volume is a bit low. Can you ask the technical team? That was about how many minutes ago? Okay, don't hide comments. I'm going to read them. Move that comment. I've already seen that the volume is about 0244 p. That's 246 now. So that means still the volume is low. Come and check it from here. Come and check it from the camera whether it is properly inserted or not. Ready, my camera? Is the volume okay now? If it is not, please let us know, because we are still working on it. We will find a way to get it to you. Okay, I can now go on reading. Okay, so please, if you can hear me, if you can hear us loudly, let us know. I'm reading Yemisi's comment, but Yemisi Harrison, good morning, sir. Thank you and the African Magic Temple family for your support. Thank you very much, Yemisi, and have our condolences. Thank you very much for keeping in touch with us and having faith in our work. We thank you a lot, and have our condolences for the loss of your mother. Thank you very much, and let me know when the funeral is arranged, and let me know, tell me, so I can also offer my prayers from this end. Thank you very much. Then we have Sunil Kumar Bahera. They say, hi, hello Sunil, how are you? Thank you very much. And then Sunil Kumar again, does it is live? I don't know what you mean, but we are live. We are talking now. It's a live program. Thank you very much, Sunil. And then thank you for your work, sharing your knowledge, for your sincerity. That is coming from Yemisi Harrison. Thank you very much, Yemisi. I'm very grateful for that. Because what is the gain will I gain if I am not being straightforward or being sincere with the work I'm doing? This is what I know to do, and that's what I am doing. And why shouldn't I be sincere about it? The truth about it is, when I started practicing spirituality, it is not my aim to go and teach it to other people. I was doing it personally and privately for me and my children. My shrine was set up not because I wanted to go public. It was my private shrine, because I had made pledge just to the spirits before I left the shores of Ghana, that if they are able to make me do things, work, and I come back home and have my own house, I will build them also a shrine whereby they will not stay with me and my children and my wife in the same room anymore. And since that came to pass, I have my own house. I bought my own house, myself and my wife. We bought this one so many years ago. And then I decided to build a shrine attached to the house. And I started working for myself and for my children and for my wife's progress. And here today, here we are. My children have grown up. They've gone to their first universities. And they thought that, oh, dad or papa, you have had all this thing. Why don't you share this with the world? And then they set up a revolution to propagate what I have been teaching them from childhood. This is how far we have come. And this is what we do. So we must do it with all sincerity. We are not doing it for other people only. We are also doing it for ourselves, for our own development. And we are telling people that this is what we are gaining by practicing African traditional spirituality. As I said earlier, I had practiced all others. They were not very true to my core inner self. I have to learn other languages. I have to learn other people's culture just to become me. But then I did not really fit in. And I believe everybody else who is an African, born on African blood, practicing something which is not African, is just trying to deceive themselves. Why should you live in Ghana or live in Africa and crossing your leg and say you are doing meditation and call Rama and calling Hare Krishna in India? Does not know you. That Hare Krishna doesn't know you. What knows you is your ancestors whose blood is flowing inside you. So self-deceit is very common with the black man. We like deceiving ourselves and we enjoy illusion. We don't like reality. And you sit down and you are chanting japa, or you are chanting some mantra or some holy name of Indian gods, which you don't even understand very well. Then you believe that you are being very spiritual. Why don't you go back to your roots? Even if you don't understand the language very well, the DNA is running inside of you. It will connect. It will surely connect. So I thank you, Yemisi Harrison, for that comment. I'm very grateful. And then we have Mario Young is saying, it is better now, Daddy. Okay, thank you very much, Mario. And then Torafe Williams is saying, that's what I like about you. Don't just tell us what the problem is. You also help us solve it. Thank you very much, Torafe Williams. Thank you very much. That's how spirituality is supposed to be. It is not only to hear it and not do anything about it. You are in trouble and you want to do a reading to know what's going on. And then you did a reading and you knew what is going on, or you found out what is going on. Then you must find a way to solve the problem so that that thing shouldn't continue occurring in your life. So if you don't want to solve it, it's your palabra, it's your problem. Yes, move to Facebook. Let's see whether we have some more questions there. Okay, Ebenezer Bonso is saying the volume is good on Facebook. Then maybe it is the what do you call it, YouTube, that the volume is not good. So, but let's continue trying to get it to the this. We have this in Juliet Austin. Volume is better now. Oh, thank you very much, Juliet. And then we have Paul Martin Kobla again. The sound is much better now. Thank you, technical team. Say thank you, technical team, for your work. We are very grateful to all of you. So please keep sharing on your platforms, and then please keep what do you call it? I would say keep sending in the questions so that we can use the maximum time to this little time to achieve maximum information. So please keep sending in your questions. Think about it and send in your questions to answer them for you. Then we have Jewel, a clue. You are the one?
No, it's my mate.
Okay. It's your mate at school, college. Okay. Okay, Jewel Duke, a clue. Good day to you, Papa. Always love to listen to you. May the gods and ancestors keep blessing you. Thank you very much, Jewel. I'm very grateful. And Senna Tuesday is here in the studio with us. Thank you very much for joining us. Then we have on YouTube again, we have Jacob Ankama. Good morning, Papa. I'm curious about the possibility of getting 100% healed by a spiritualist if you are far distance from the spiritual shrine. Thank you. Jacob, see, what happened is that we do distant healing and we do close contact healings. In distant healing, the patient or the sick person is far away. Take, for instance, someone is very sick in the US. Even I have a case right now, and I'm going to finish up discussing it today. And then if I'm able to get the materials that I need, I will start to do the healing. But the truth is that I, as a priest, or as a Bokor, or as a Huno, as our people will call me, I don't have any power. The power belongs to the gods and to the ancestors. I am just their voice. I'm just a person who tells you what you should do because I can hear them. So I can tell you that, okay, this is what you should do for them to let your problem be solved. So for a distant healing, someone far away who is sick, the first thing we do at our shrine is to do a reading. The reading will tell us what exactly is happening on the spiritual plane, which had descended onto the physical plane and is causing sickness to the person. And we will also ask, what should we do if we want to stop this sickness or whatever is happening to the person on the physical plane as well as on the spiritual plane. So the reading is a roadmap. Like you are traveling to somewhere, you look on the map, or let's say you have Google Map, you are going to some place, you have Google Map, so they tell you there's a river here, there's a bridge here, there's a car parking here, or there is this, there is that on the way. So when we do a reading, we find out all the behind the scene things that are happening before the person is sick or what is causing the sickness. And once we are able to identify that, we will also ask the oracle and the spirits and the voodoos and the entities or principalities and divinities, call them whatever name you like. We will call them in our language voodoo or spirit or Mau, God. So we'll ask them, so this person is going through this situation. And the person is now finding out what to do. So now that we have seen that this is either his or her own action that is causing the problem, or it is caused by other forces, negative forces that are causing the problem, or it is the person's own destiny that is causing the problem, or it is another human being who is sending some negative spiritual energies towards the person. By we finding out all this, now we will ask them, so what should we do to break this chain of what is happening to the person so that the person can get healed or get their problems solved? So by asking, they will tell us, okay, do this, get that, and do this particular vosa. Vosa simply means traditional rituals. Some may involve killing of some animal. Some may be just a dry vosa. We call vosa pipi, means there is no animals that were used, and probably only oil will be used. It is not me who determine which one will be vosa pipi or which one will not be a vosa pipi. It is not me who will determine which one they should use an animal for, or kill or sacrifice an animal for or not. It's not me. It is the oracle and the gods who will say that for this to be done, then do this, kill this animal, so that that person's life can be saved. So before we can know all these things and do anything, we first do a reading. And in the reading, we will know what to do to solve the problem. So thank you very much. Who is as Jacob Ankama? So that's how we work at our shrine. Every shrine has their own way of working. But at African Magic Temple, that is how we work. I don't know much about other shrines, but my shrine, that is how I was taught, and that's how I work. Thank you very much, Jacob. Then Yemisi Harrison is saying volume is good. We thank God. Then Yemisi Harrison again, thank you, and I will inform you about her memorial service through WhatsApp. Thank you very much, Yemisi Harrison. I'm very grateful. Okay, a former team is asking. Is asking us to tell him about Apelli. Can you tell us about Togbi Apelli? Okay. Togbi Apelli, as the name implies, Ape in Ewe language means home or house. Li means to make something firm. So the word Apelli is simply the spirit that makes the house or the home firm, or in a very simple language, we say the foundation of the house. That's all that Apelli means. In every culture, we have spirits that are the gatemen, who are security. Some are even security against thieves. That when a thief comes into your house, they may be able to enter the house. They will steal something, but when they stole everything finished, they will now sit down and they don't know where to pass to go away. They will just sit down and they will come until you come and you arrest them or catch them, as we say in our local English here. Even not only in the house, even at farm, you can even set up another Agbleli. Agble means farm. They will not call that one Apelli because it's not a house, it's a farm. You set it up there. And anybody comes to your farm and steal anything from your farm, after taking whatever they wanted to take, the basket or the whatever they have brought there, whether it's sack, even if they are able to carry it on their head, then it is better for them. They will just be walking in the farm until you come. Even if it's 3 days before you come to the farm, they will be walking there. They're waiting for you. They can never run away. There are things like that. There was a story that I heard from one guy, but the guy refused to teach me the key. I don't know whether he's still alive now or not, but people had been stealing his things from the farm. When he leaves the farm, the time he's coming home around 4 p.m., some people are going to farm at that time. But anybody who goes to farm at 4, 5 p.m., 6 p.m. are thieves, usually. They're just going to go into other people's farms and steal. So he went to his village and told people how thieves had been disturbing him at farm or stealing his products. So they made a small hole very small hoe that you can use to weed for him. And he was a spiritual one. So one Saturday he finished working and he just put the hoe. Not that hoe doesn't actually, he doesn't use it to work. It's only a spiritual key. He hung the hoe on one tree and he left. And immediately he left, the thief was timing him. So the thief came to start taking the cassava and all these things, uprooting the cassava. So after the thief finished stealing or packing his basket, he raised his head and he saw a hoe. The spirit was calling him. So he took that hoe and he started weeding the farm. So from that Saturday, he's been weeding the farm. And because this guy is a senior presbyter in the Presbyterian church, on Sundays he's the one who conducts church services. So he didn't go to farm. He doesn't go to farm on Sundays. And this thief man continued weeding through the Sunday until Monday morning, when the man came to the farm. And I tell you, he was not even eating or drinking. He was not thinking of food or water. He was just weeding. So he cleaned the whole farm as if it was a tractor that came there. So on the man told me on Monday when he went to farm, he realized that he saw the man. He knew him. He is one of the people they all sit together to eat and drink together. So he was wondering. But they told him that if you ask the guy, is it you? Then the spirit will lift from him. So don't ask him anything. So he saw him and he just passed him by. And the man was still busy waiting until he got to a point and he said, hey, so you are the one who has been doing this. And the moment he spoke out, the man dropped the hoe and just fell down and went into sleep. He was very tired. So when we talk about appendi, Eduli means the one that is for the whole town. Edu, like we are talking about Vodu, do. That one that is for the whole town, that protects everybody, even churches inside, cathedrals inside and everything. That is the one that protects the whole town, and it's also a spirit. And then we have the Ape, which is the home one, individual and personal one, called Apeli. So Tobi Apeli simply means the foundation spirit of a house. And if you are a Bokor, when you get Fa or Afa, people call it Afa, but that is more of a four because they speak inside the nose, just like they call Vodu. Vodu, we don't call Vodu, we say Vodu in our this because we don't speak through the nose in our dialect. So we will not call it Vodu, we will call it Vodu directly. So people who have a Fa, when you are initiated into Fa, they will have to make a Peli for you, which is Afa Peli. So even in Voodoo, if you are not initiated into Afa, you still can have your Apeli, but it is not Afa, it's not based on Ifa or Afa, but it is also Apeli that is based on some Voodoo principles. So we have Apeli in our houses, in our towns, in our farms, to protect the spirit that protect the farm, protect the house, and protect the town. So Apeli is simply the foundation spirit of a particular place. Either it's a farm, a village, or your personal house. Or even at your work, you can set up one so that it can protect whatever negative things may come, negative spirits. The world is not only physical, as you all know, those of you who are already on this path. There is the spirit world. The spirits are there too. We are also with them. The only thing different between we, ourselves, and the spirit is that we are physical and they are not physical. We cannot see them. That's why we don't know that they are with us or they are around us. If we have gotten eyes to see them, we will know that the spirits are just like us. They are also moving and doing their own thing. So when you are on the spiritual path, when you start getting protections and things that will protect you, then when spirits are moving and they see you, they know that this person has got another spirit behind as a bodyguard. So they will just allow you to go without touching you, because they know that that bodyguard that you have either is stronger than them or is as strong as them, or even if it's not as strong as them, he is going to report to other entities around to chase that spirit. That's why we do spiritual protection. So Apelli and all the Lili, Agbeli, Duli, all these things are only putting spirits that will protect a particular place. And then we have a Martin Amewola. Greetings, Bokor and AMT. Please, what is the importance of fasting in spiritual practice, and how can it be done more effectively? Thank you. When you say spiritual practice, we have different types of spiritual practices. So when you make it general like a spiritual practice, I will say for each spiritual discipline, they have their own ways and means how they do fasting. In Vodu, we don't fast. Why I say so? When we say we are fasting in Vodu, that means we are not eating pepper and we are not eating salt. We can drink alcohol, we can smoke, we can eat banana, we can take fruits, but we will only not eat pepper and salt. That is the way fasting is done in Vodu, the ones that I learned. But then when you go into Hinduism or India or Hindu philosophy, they have the Amavasya, they have the Ekadashi, and they have the Purnima, which is the phases of the moon, Purnima being the full moon, and then the Amavasya and Ekadashi being the 11 days after the full moon and 11 days after the new moon or before the new moon. So these ones, the spiritual discipline that I had gone through in the Hindu descent, on Amavasya or Purnima or Ekadashi, we don't eat at all. We don't drink anything at all for 36 hours. No water, no food touches your mouth. So if I eat this evening, let's say, for instance, I eat today's evening, the whole of tomorrow, I will not eat. I will not eat at night. I will not eat at night, and I will not eat the whole of tomorrow until Tuesday morning, before I will drink water or take some juice to break my fasting. When you go into Islam, they do fasting, but they do fasting only when the sun is up. The moment the sun goes down, they will be eating until the sun wants to come up again. And then that is also called fasting. So when you say what is the importance of fasting in spiritual practice, it depends on what kind of practice you are doing, and that is where the discipline of what kind of fasting that practice asks from you to do. So that's generally to say, like, I think Christians, they fast from sunrise to sundown, just more like the Muslims. Because they are all Abrahamic faith, so they're coming from the same source. So their fasting is this. But I think Christians don't continue eating all through the night until the morning, like the Muslims do. They may eat this evening, and then tomorrow daytime, or they will not eat, and they will eat at the evening of the tomorrow. That's what it is. So each and every culture and spiritual discipline has got their own ways to means that they prescribe what a fasting is done. But in Afar, I don't know much about Afar fasting, but in Vodu fasting, we chop, we eat banana, we drink coconut, we drink, even you can even drink cocoa with sugar. Only you make sure that you don't put salt inside. That's how it is done. So, Mr. Martin Amewala, that's my answer to your question. So it depends on which practice you are doing, then you can know how to do it best or effectively. For me, the practices that I have gone through, that's what I have just told you. Yes, let's go on and see if we have any more question there. Then we have Juliet Austin. Greetings, Bokor. I know a ritual may be requested or needed as told by the oracle, but is it also possible for spirit, maybe a different one that is presented to indicate that certain conditions must be met first before engaging in the ritual? Juliet, I'm not very sure I understand your question, but let me try to see if I can answer. I mean, like if you are doing a reading and the reading says that this is what you should do, so which spirit can come and tell you that you should do something different before doing what the reading do? If the spirit that is coming to tell you to do something different, why didn't that spirit do the reading for you? Why should the oracle be the one to do the reading? Because the oracle automatically, they are all spirits also. It's not like just like anything. They are all spirits. It's the spirits that are talking through the oracle. So the question of saying that if after the oracle says you should do a particular ritual and another spirit came, which spirit has the power over the oracle? Because spirits speak through the oracle. So if that spirit is speaking through the oracle, it will tell exactly what should be done and what shouldn't be done. So that's the best way I can answer the question, because there is the oracle is not just something on its own. It is a voice of the spirit. So if there is a spirit telling you what to do, and then another spirit coming after and saying don't do it, I don't know about that. Then the person who is saying those things is not a real spiritualist. Let's go on. Is that the last one? Then we have a Kadi Fisher Papa. When you set up my essay, she was very active about telling me a lot of things. Lately, she's been very quiet. Is something wrong with her? Kadi, there's nothing wrong with your essay. Your essay is supposed to guide you, and it's been guiding you. And if all that she's been guiding you and you've been following and doing it, and if your essay doesn't see anything coming to you or something that it is going to put you in danger, it's not going to talk. Why should it be just talking? It talks about things that it sees that will put you in danger, which will put your life in danger. And that's what it wanted you to know and act quickly, which you did on all the occasions that she had asked you to do things, and you did them. And I believe you've seen the results and all physical results on the physical plane. So if your essay is quiet, it's not anything. Nothing is happening on her. We will still do a reading to find out what is happening. If we want to ask your essay, is there anything wrong? If anything wrong, we would find out through a reading. Thank you very much, Kadi Fisher. There's another question, and let me finish that and I come to Gabriel. I think this okay. Papa, my essay told me my friends will go into the hospital for Christmas and she wouldn't return home. She would die. I got a call from her yesterday. She went into the hospital Christmas and then went into a nursing home. Okay, so she never came back home. Yeah, so means your son was telling you that your friend may go to the hospital and will not come back home. Yes, maybe the death is not like a physical or practical death, but it is something to do with her not coming back to her home as the essay had said. But sometimes you never know what will happen at the nursing home. So please keep praying for her so that nothing bad happens to her at the nursing home. Yes. Is there anything wrong?
Gabriel was asking a question.
Yeah, so let me finish with one thing, Solomon, one thing, Papa, what is the significance of salt in spirituality? Salt is used for cleansing, and because salt is very powerful against bacteria and viruses and organisms, as well on the physical plane as well as on the spiritual plane. So salt is a very powerful spiritual tool that is used in many spiritual places, not only in African traditional spirituality, but in many other spiritualities around the world, disciplines around the world. Yes, Gabriel, somebody should bring the camera to Gabriel and then let him talk finish, and then you bring it to me here to answer.
My question is simple. With regards to Fisher's question, how does the spirit, the asset that was set up, speak to her? Is it through dreams or hunches or instincts, or how does communication work?
Okay, then we may have to ask the Canifisha herself, in the sense that everybody's say have their own way of communicating with them. So the question that Gabriel was asking, which is a very beautiful question, how does Canifisha understand what her essay is telling her? Is that not the question?
Sure.
Yeah. So everybody's essay has their own distinctive way of communicating with the owner of that essay. So maybe in the case of Candy Fisher, maybe she has to tell us how does she feel the presence of her essay, or how does that essay communicate with her, and she can follow the communication and understand what the essay is saying, and then she acts on it. Like in my case, my essay can wake me up at a certain time, and then there will be some information that will be coming in my mind. Some it may be in a dream, but then I will just get up and without even knowing, then I just get up and some information, and then I work on that information and I find my answers. So each and every one of us has their own special way of their essay communicating with them. For some, it may be instances or things that will happen that you see and you take a clue from that, and you work on it. But when the secretary telling you something and you do not work, or you don't act very quickly on it, it has a time limit. Then that means you are not listening to your essay, and then the thing will materialize on the physical plane, and then you start blaming your essay again. But it has already told you. So let's go to the questions and the answers, and then we have Sena Voncujovi say nice discussion on set today. Yes, thank you very much, Sena. Yeah, that's why the word set is in your name. The Sena, the gift from destiny, or gift of destiny. So a set is the only thing that if the black man, it's not necessarily black man, but everybody who understands spirituality, a set is the most relevant energy in your life. You came into this world to meet any other thing. Whether if you are born in a Christian home, automatically you become a Christian. If you were born in a Muslim home, you automatically become a Muslim because you were born there. But that's what your essay chose for you. That's why you went there. But the essay is with you, whether you are Muslim or you are Christian, or wherever you will go tomorrow. Maybe somewhere along the way you may be a Christian, but then you will change to become a Muslim, or you may be a Muslim and decide to become a Christian. It's all the direction of essay. It's just guiding you so that you can grow alongside, so that when you live this life and you come back again, you become a better person on the spiritual path. That's the work of essay, to get you back to your inner self. Yes, so is that the last question? So please keep sending in the questions so that we can answer quickly. Yes, so then we have Mama Fashi, which is Linda Thomas Jones, sending love and blessings to you and your family. Thank you very much, Mama Fashi. We are very grateful to you for joining us. And we have Nuku Ameyibo, Ha 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 is laughing. I don't know what is the laughter for, but thank you very much, Nuku. And then we have Linda Thomas Jones again, Mama Fashi. If you already have fa and did not get one, can you get later? I think Mama Fashi will be either talking about Apeli. Yes, for sure. If you have fa and you have your own residence or a place that you want to set up your own shrine, or a house where you think that you are going to stay here, if it is your own personal house, then of course you can have your apeli and also sometimes have your legba. But if you are living in someone's house, if it's a rented house and you, at the time you are renting it, yes, you can put your apeli there. But you know, we live in a world where religion is paramount in everything we do in our society. You may just want to plant your apeli in your a compound or a house that you rented. Maybe the landlord or the landlady or someone who is in charge will say, "No, I don't want you to put this in my house," and then you'll be able to put it. But maybe you can put it in your room, set it up in your room, somewhere in your room. That's also fine. It does not really matter. I remember when we were working for Itochu Company, which is my wife's company where she worked for many years. There was one of the houses that was rented for us, and I had a Vodu, which is always with me. It's not among the Vodus in this shrine, but yeah, it's also my Vodu, but it's my very personal Vodu, so I always keep it where I stay. And I set up a small shrine for that Vodu in the house somewhere. And the caretaker one day came and said that, hey, if their landlord come to see what I put here, they will be very angry. And I asked him why. Why should your landlord be very angry? Supposing I planted a cross in this house, will your landlord be angry? He said no. So why won't he be angry? After all, this house is rented, and we are the current owners of this house until we leave or until our rent expires. We are the current owners, and we have the right to do what we want to do here because we paid. So he didn't know what to say, and then he left. Years later, when we left the house, for 1 year continuously, nobody was renting the house. And he called me that one day they opened the room and they saw that some things had walked on the ground and all this, and maybe I have forgotten some of my spirits here. I said, no, I'm not a person who will forget my spirits. I'm not Christian, whereby I forget my spirit. Wherever I go with my spirit. When I'm living, I take my spirit with me, so I haven't forgotten anything. Then I said, but you say you are worshiping a very powerful God. So why won't you call that powerful God to come and solve this simple problem here? And you say you are worshiping a God, and you believe that God is so powerful. And even as you saw a rat or a mouse or something had walked in a room and all this, and you are scared. Then where is the God that you say you are worshiping? How powerful that God is? Is it just in name or in your mouth, or is it action? See, that is self-deceit, illusions. People don't know what they want and they don't know what they are following, but they make big noise out of it. If you take this cowrie, this is just a small cowrie. Can you show? We call it hotui in Ewe. Yeah, this is a cowrie, very simple and a small. This cowrie, if you take this cowrie, especially these charismatic churches, and drop this cowrie at their door, church door, I tell you, most people will not pass that door and go to the church that day. And you hear people speaking in tongues, trying to rebuke the devil But this cowrie is not anything. Because the truth is that they don't know what they are doing. Because if they can see and they can hear, they will know that the cowrie is just an ordinary cowrie and has nothing against them, or has not got any power to disturb their peace at what worship they are doing. But because they don't have eyes and they don't have ears, they will start to do fasting. People will start to get possessions. People will start to speak in tongues and all kind of things just because of one single cowrie. If you are worshiping a God that is big, you don't fear anything. It is only when you don't have anything that is powerful behind you, that's why you are always scared. When you have a bodyguard, you can walk into any crowd without worry. But when you are naked, you feel there's nothing around you, and you are only imagining things around you. That is when you have fear. That's why when I look at people who are calling themselves religious people, especially Christians, I feel sorry for them. Maybe they think they are feeling sorry for me. But I feel sorry for them because they don't know they are being fooled by some few people making money out of them. I feel sorry for them. And they are ready to argue with you with all kind of nonsense things, quoting from the Bible as if Abraham was their grandfather, as if they were there before the Bible was written, as if human beings were not the people who wrote the Bible, as if the Bible was not a political tool to control people. Why should the people who are the heads of the churches can decide who to leave and who not to leave? They can decide who should be judged as a sinner, who should be killed, who should be burnt. Did God come down to say so? It is just politics. People sit down and decide that, oh, you are not part of us. The things you are doing, you are not part of our mission. You want to spoil our job, so let's kill you. All this thing has happened in the Middle Ages when the church was being established to put fear into people. People were burnt alive. People were strained and cut into pieces. People were tortured in the name of God. And today, if you kill just chicken, the whole world goes haywire, saying that you are killing chicken for voodoo. Go to Rome and see how many human heads are there. And you cannot deny Catholic Church the right that they are the first church. They brought Christianity to the world. So if you are a charismatic church today, or whatever you call yourself today, the Catholic Church is the base of Christianity. And you know how many people they have killed just to put fear into people to submit to them. So when I see people calling themselves Christians, and they may feel sorry for me, and I equally feel very sorry for them because they have nothing around them, yet still they boast of too many things. And you have a powerful God. You have powerful God, and small rat pass your room, you are afraid. Okay, let's go on to Facebook again. To Mama Fashi, Linda Thomas Jones. If you already have FA and did not get Apeli, I think so. Can you get one later? Yes, I think Mama Fashi or Linda Thomas Jones is talking about what do you call it? Apeli. Yes, you can get one later. Then we have Yemisi Harrison again. Once the work and rituals are completed, how can we best support the work? Are there things we should be watchful or mindful or do? Should one keep watching videos sent to insight and support? Yemisi, no, when you give a work is done for you, a ritual is done for you, that's it. If there is some instructions given to you in the ritual that don't do this, don't do that, or do this and do that, you follow. Otherwise, you just have to keep your eyes open to see what the reason why you were doing the ritual. Are you attaining or at the results coming? Can you see changes in your life? That's all. You don't have to do anything, unless, of course, you want to learn more about what you have, what you are doing, or what the spiritualist or the spiritual practice that is used in doing your rituals for you. You want to learn more about that, then of course, like what we are doing, you can ask questions. But otherwise, once a ritual is done for you, just relax and then look at the results and the outcome. And if you are not seeing any outcome, you can call the priest and tell the priest, or call the Bokor or the Huno and tell them that, oh, so far I haven't seen these changes. And then the Huno will go back and pray and tell the energies that he has sent to do your work that, oh, so far you are not seeing changes. Because there are certain times someone will do a reading and a ritual will be done. But when the ritual is done, it does not really achieve everything, because there are certain things that were hidden that didn't come in the reading. And then maybe these things have come out now and they are doing blocking. So they may be challenging the ritual that has been done. And then a subsequent reading should be done to know what to do. There was a recent case with one of our fans, and this thing, we had been doing a ritual for her continuously, but every time we do a reading again, we see Minana or witches or Iyami in her reading again. And I kept wondering, why is it that each time we do rituals, we do the reading, we do rituals, some part of the problem will be solved, but some will be, and when we ask again, then we see the witches again. So does that mean that the witches are not accepting her rituals or the offering? That's why the things keep coming back or continue coming back. So I decided that, okay, I'm going to use a different method of the same ritual, which is more of the voodoo one and not the Fa. Mix it with the Fa one, or combine the two and do this thing. And when I did it, I think a few days later, she called me that she had a dream and something wanted to capture her. But when the thing jumped or was about to catch her, the thing just fell and died. I said, that means we have overcome them. So it is all these things that I have learned from different sources. Sometimes I try to apply them when I see that I did a ritual for you and you are not really seeing the result. But if you don't let me know, I cannot know. But if you tell me that so far nothing is happening, I mean, at least give a time frame of about 21 days. And if nothing is happening, you can tell me that, oh, you are not seeing anything. Then I will do a subsequent reading, and then we will see what is still hanging in there, and we will solve it. So if I do, or any priest does a ritual for you, and you are not seeing the answer, the best thing is to let the priest know that so far I'm still not seeing what I expected to see. Then they will find out what it is. Yeah. So there is that is, and then Linda Thomas Jones, which is Mama Fashi, is saying thank you on YouTube. And then Nuku Ameibo retracted his message. Okay. Then Yemisi Harrison, also, how often is too often to request or get a reading? As often as you can, Yemisi, as many times as you can, as often as you can. If something is not making sense to you, whether it's your dreams or a situation you are in, you are not finding, you are not understanding it. The best thing to do is to do a reading about it. You can, like we as Bokor, or we as Huno, or Vodushi, or priest, as it's called in English. We are supposed to do a reading every day. Once you wake up, the first thing is to do a reading and find out what the day is. And if those of you who had been very serious Christians, who had studied the Bible from childhood, you should understand that during the olden days of the Bible, when the kings David and all those people were, they always had seers. Samuel, Elijah, Elisha, all these people were seers. And they call something casting of lot. That is a reading. And these kings of the Jews or the Israeli kings, and as well as the Egyptian pharaohs, had always had priests around them. And when they wake up, the first thing that the priest will do is to cast a lot to know what is the situation of the day, things to do, things not to do, how to go about them, sacrifices to do to be successful, or to make the village or the town or the city or the community successful. But as time goes on, we entered into charismatic Christianity, which preaches only wealth without working, that you can get rich without working, just be praying, you just get rich. Then all these things become evil in the eyes of Christians. And then they tell you, oh, you shouldn't do those things. If you are doing those things, then God is not with you. But to look for wealth without working, God will be with you. Is it not stupid to think? So it is as often as you can. That's the answer to EMC Harrison's question. Thank you very much, EMC, and everybody else. And then Martin Kobler again. If you know about Togbe Koku, can you kindly tell us about it, my brother? I am not into Koku Vodu. I am not into Koku Vodu. You see, for Martin, the problem is that the area that I come from, Evelyn, you and I come from. Yes, of course, you're part of your generation is from the southern Ewe, but me, I'm 100% central Ewe. And we don't have these voodoo things in our area. We have what we call Bokor, basically, and the rivers in our community. Those are, and then a throne. Those are the things that we have in our area. So it is because I want to learn more about spirituality. That's why I have delved into Fa and other things by going into the south to learn. But there are things that I am not interested in, and that is like the Koku. It is a good voodoo for showing off for some people, but for me, I don't have any attraction towards Koku. Not because it is not good. It is good voodoo, but people who are in it are also seeing changes in their life, and it is guiding and protecting them. But I personally doesn't have I do not have any what do you call it? I do not have any interest in Koku. So I have not even asked people what is Koku or what are the rules and regulations of Koku Voodoo. So there will be no place that I can speak about Koku and that will be in its proper place, unless we meet people who do what do you call it? People who do understand the voodoo and are initiated into the voodoo. They can tell us more when we get to them. So thank you very much, but I'm sorry I don't have so much knowledge about voodoo. Then we have a big sister Ifadara. Papa, that's true. That's so true. We live in the power of our God. No fears. Everything can be achieved. Thank you very much, big sister Ifadara. And Ifadara again, if people only knew the Bible was stolen from ancient Egypt, people need to wake up and know whom they are. Many fakers want what we have. Many are so lost. Thank you very much, big sister. Big sister, thank you so much. We have a Tuesday is here at the shrine today during the section. So maybe take the camera to Senna so that the mother can see. Okay, so big sister Ifadara, that's Senna there for you. We are all in the studio today, and we're working, and maybe after the section we'll sit down and then had one or two glasses of appetition. Yes, let's go on. We are now about 3:45. Okay, we have about 15 to 30 minutes more to go. Yes, we have Patricia Amo. Papa, it is not easy. Our ignorance is so deep that we don't want to set our minds free from this Christianity and Abrahamic bondage and find ourselves better rather condemn our traditionalists. Yes, the black man is the only person who doesn't know anything about their own tradition and knows everything about other people's tradition. It's only the black man who will try to promote and celebrate other people's culture and point an accusing finger at his own culture by calling it evil. Like recently, that they were burying our former president J.J. Rawlings. I heard there was a pastor who made a preaching that beating of traditional drumming is a sin or is an evil thing. That kind of pastor, if he was to be in the Arab country, they will stone him to death. Because how can you say the tradition of a people is a sin just because you want to use somebody else, a foreign tradition, to be making money and make a name in that? Is it not stupid to say such a thing? And people kept quiet and look at him, and he walked off without anything. And he thinks that he is a son of Abraham with his monkey face. Our monkey faces can tell us that we are children of Abraham. Don't you see Abraham's nose very long? At least the photographs that we have seen, they have a very long nose. Are we having long noses? How can you think that that man is your grandfather? Are you stupid? But that's what our people believe in. And then when they die, they go into the bosom of Abraham. But then I was listening to Zaneto, our President JJ's daughter, and when she read all the tribute to the father from the children, she never said that you should go to the bosom of Abraham. He said that you have done your part, and I know you walk tall among the ancestors. Which is I have not heard many people of that, the class and high level saying such things. But then she knew that the father was going to walk very proudly among the ancestors because he had played his part, which was very beautiful. But if it was a Christian, they would say, go and lie in the bosom of Abraham. Which bosom? Abraham has not taken care of his great-grandchildren, finished, and taking care of you, black monkey. People are not serious. If Abraham can take care of his own children, you think that the Jews and all this will be traveling around the world looking for a place to make money and killing the Palestinians in order to survive? Let's go on. Then we have Yemisi Harrison. Okay, I think that question was answered. Also, how often is it too often to request or get a reading? Okay. Irene Neil, how to get rid of karma? Is there a way that you can get rid of karma? There's no way, Irene. There's no way you can get rid of karma. What you can do is to be able to not acquire more negative reaction, sanskara or karma, as it is called in another Indian language. In Bengali, I think it's called more like a sanskara, actions, reactions to your actions. So when you do action, every action that you do, you must know in your mind that there is always a reaction. When you do good action, it will attract a good reaction. When you do bad action, it will also attract bad action. So there is no way you are going to run away from karma. But what you can do is to try to do more good actions. Your voice should be say good things. When you are hearing, to hear good things, so that the karma or the reactions that will be coming and piling on you should be more positive than negative. This is the only way you can get yourself out of this, so that when you die and you are coming back or being reincarnated into this world again, your actions that you will be following your essay or your destiny into this world should be more of a good actions than bad actions, so that you can have a pleasant life when you come back here. So to get rid of karma, I don't think so. And I don't think any religion, even Hinduism, have never said that you can ever get rid of your karma. It's only that you should do good actions, so that your actions, your reactions, or whatever reactions your actions will produce should be good ones. So that's it. So I don't think there is any way one can, because every action is an action, whether good or bad, and you cannot, unless you are a dead person, then you don't do any action. But as long as you are a living human being, you will do action. Even breathing the air is also an action. Do you know how many organisms that we kill by breathing in? Do you know how many organisms that we kill by walking on the ground, or when we are cooking food, or we are making farm? Do you know how many organisms we kill? Do you think they are not? These are not actions, or you think those organisms do not have a place in this world? They all belong here. They all belong here. We human beings have been told by religious people that we are higher than animals. That's why God gave us. Who told you so? They also have their minds, and they think they are only that we are bigger than them. That's why we can control them. But it is not that God has made us more special than them. We should stop thinking like that. Just like how we human beings are, death can come at any time and take you away from your loved ones, from all your plans. So it is with us, as we catch animals and kill or do whatever. It is like that to them. We are like they are deaf, because they don't expect, but then it happens. Just like how human beings may not expect death when death comes. So we should look at ourselves in that, this and that. We are not higher than animals, as we have been told. They also have place here, and each one has its own part. Even mosquitoes, they have a place to, they have a role to play. Otherwise, they will not be created. So when you look into nature and you give respect to nature, nature will respect you back. And Vodu is finding harmony in nature. Then we have a Hey Mama. That's the name of the person. It's a good morning from Washington, D.C. Thank you for being available for us. Are there certain herbs or teas that we can include in our daily regimen for more spiritual enlightenment or mindfulness? Yes and no. For herbs that you can, there are herbs that we use here for cleansing, mostly for bathing, mostly in Vodu, and then sometimes maybe put it in a drink so that we can drink, but then it is only for the body, for keeping the body. The ones that we eat mostly is for keeping the body. And then the herbs that we use mostly in Ewe land or in Vodu is we make them into black powder. And that black powder, it is empowered with mantras or holy words or powerful words, so that when you take that one inside, it cleanses or enhances your aura and vibration, and you can avoid certain things. But then generally, to say which herbs to take and which herbs not to take, I may not be in the very good position now to say. Maybe you may have to contact me on WhatsApp if possible, or I will try to also do some research to see this. Even though I know so many herbs and I work with herbs, but to say that you have to recommend some herbs for you to be taken, each and every person has certain things that they can do or for them. In our Vodu and in Afa, they can tell you don't eat plantain for 17 days, don't eat beans, don't eat that, don't eat that. But that is what the oracle has seen. That's what the spirit has seen. That these are the things that can block your development or the situation in which you are, or the difficulty or the challenges that you are facing now. If you continue eating this kind of food, then the spirit world that are against you, or the spirits that are against you, will be able to get access to you, your spirit, and control you. So they will tell you to stop eating those things for some time. And then but then it is not for everybody. It is only for an individual who has done a reading, and they'll tell you to stop this thing, because in that moment, that food or that herb or that place, what you are doing could bring a problem. So you should avoid such things. So most of the time we prepare black powder like this, and I had said I had spoke about this one in the past. Is it okay? The black powder is this, but then this one is ache. It's not ache, it's ache. Every has donations like how French is. We have the asan that goes up, and then the asan that goes up, asan tegui, asan conflé, and all these things, as in French. We also in Ewe we have, so the word is the same. They write it, the spelling will be the same, but the pronunciation will be different depending on where the accent has gone. So this one is called ache, not ache. Ache means let it be, like amen, but this one is ache, means power, which when you eat it and you speak to spirit, spirit listens to you more, or they pay attention to your voice. So these are usually given to bokors or people who are priests, so that when they are talking to spirits, the spirits should pay attention and listen to their voice. Their voices should become the command of the spirit. Yeah. Yeah. So the herbs that Hey Mama is asking about, I think there are so many herbs, but I would say we are into more of herbal bath. They prepare herbs for you, and when you are mashing them, there are affirmations that you have to do or to say, things that you have to say. And when you bath those herbs, and you will see that the things that are disturbing you or bringing challenges in your way, all of a sudden will start to recede and go away, and you are free. So that's what it is. Yes, so let's go to another question, and then we have Yemisi Harrison said thank you, and then Irene New also said thank you, Baba. Thank you all for joining us. I'm very grateful for all of you. Then we go back to this should be for Gabriel. Call Gabriel to come back so that he can listen to what the Kadi Fisher is saying about her essay. Yeah, Kadi Fisher was saying, my essay talked to me by coming in my mind, dreams, and sometimes she wakes me up. That's Kadi Fisher. That's how her essay communicates with her. Just like what I was saying, like in my case, the same. So if your essay is set up properly, it is not like everybody. Some people, they set up essay, the essay will just rather disturb you. Like some lady who had been contacting me recently, her essay was set up for her, but they rather put the negative as a say. The one that is supposed to be thrown away is the one they gave to her. And she went all the way to Benin, and she brought this back to her place in the US, and her whole life has become messed up. So it is not everybody who say, I know how to do this way, I know how to do it. Maybe someone has seen someone doing it, and they just want to be scammers, they want to cheat, and they just did something and give to you. And they are giving you a bomb, a grenade in your hand. Instead of it becoming something that will boost your life, it will rather destroy your life because you are glorifying it. So that person is in real trouble now. She does not know what to do with it because she does not even know how to discard it. Because they have prepared that one for her and told her that is her essay. And when she mentioned the things that she recognized being put into it, I realized that This was the negative one rather than the positive one. And they had given it to her, and her whole life has been messed up. So it is not everybody who say, I can do a say for you, I can set up a say for you, or I can remove your negative essay that moves. The person may be as old as Methuselah. It does not mean anything. It is knowledge that is power. When you have knowledge, you have power. And people who seek knowledge may have power. So it's not just anyone. Me, at this age, I am still learning. Even I learn from children. I will learn. Say in Akan is in Krabia. In Krabia. That's why they have something they call Krabia Boni. And the Krabia. If you have the Krabia Boni, it will be disturbing your life. Until they stop it, it will continue disturbing your life. Everybody who is born into this world, you have Nkrabia Boni and Nkrabia. It is up to you to identify whether it is Nkrabia Boni who is worrying you or whatever, and they have their process to do it and remove it. So, as I was saying, so not everyone who knows how to do these things. People will tell you that I can do it for you, and you may go there, you may end up in trouble. But I am lucky, and also my students and my children are also lucky that we still had this old man at the time he was still alive when I was learning. So he's under his tutorial, I learned a lot of things about Ewe culture and Ewe Vodu. I'm not saying that I know all or I'm the only one who knows, but what he has taught me so far, all the people that I had helped with his teachings, can be very, very useful. Why do you think that they have something called Krabia Boni? It is something that exists around everybody. Yes. So definitely there is the bad destiny and there is a good destiny. In some people, the good destiny is already good. It's very active. So when they came into this world, they'll be born in good homes. They'll be born by rich people. The difficulties that you and I face, they don't go to farm. Their life starts from a very good background. And at the end of the day, their lives are even more better as they go. But some of us, we have to start from the gutters. We are struggling to survive. Even to eat food, it's not been easy. But that's where your destiny sent you. And so the negative one is very active. So slowly, as you grow up, if they don't really know it quickly and remove it, it will grow up with you. And it becomes a very bad thing. Sometimes people will begin to call you a witch. Because whatever you think negative, it will happen on people. You can't say good things and it happens to people. But anytime you think about negative things for people, it happens. In our culture, they will start calling you a witch. Not that you yourself gone anywhere to get witchcraft, but because your negative destiny has become so negative that it hates everybody, and it's always angry with people. When they see people progressing, they are angry. It's all the cause of negative destiny. And until you are able to know what to do with it, it will destroy you and destroy others as well. Okay, that's we are done with Cadifishers. Yes, Gabriel, yes, go with your question.
I want to ask a question. When you go to other religions, like
yeah, he said if when you go to other religions like
Ekanka.
Ekanka is not a religion.
Okay. Because my dad was or is into
okay, you can term it as a religion because I think I was telling you before you go into this before I was telling you okay you finish then you don't finish then I can explain about it.
Okay. He used to tell me that we have individual, let's say, karma. and then group karma or national karma or something. Is there anything like that?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
You see, the group Ekanka is coming from, it came out of the original religion, which is the religion of the Sikhs. Sikhism. I don't know whether you have heard it before. Sikhism, which was formed by Guru Nanak. Guru Nanak formed Sikhism. And you know, Guru Nanak, if they trace the roots, even coming to India, you see that it has got some Iranian connection. So Guru Nanak formed formed Sikhism. And then from that Sikhism, different groups, just like Christianity, you have all kinds of things. And then there was this group called Rohani Sangh, which was formed by Kirpal Singh. Kirpal Singh was a guru of the man who formed Ekanka, the American guy. Kirpal Singh has a son called Darshan Singh, who is my master. And Darshan Singh, when Kirpal Singh, the father, was alive, this American was, what is his name? The founder of he was very close to Kirpal Singh. Kirpal Singh, if you go onto the net, he has books and his teachings are all there too. So he thought that when Kirpal Singh died, they would make him the priest or the person who would take over as the guru. But unfortunately for him, I would say so, when Kirpal Singh died, at his funeral, usually in India, when the father dies, is the son that during the cremation is the son that will break the father's head to let the essence escape from the body. That is the Hindu tradition, or to let the inner spirit come out. That's why the son has to break the head at the funeral party. So I think because Darshan Singh, I think was the son or the only son of, I don't know so much about that, but he was one of the children of the father. But he was the one who broke the father's head, and then he got possessed with his father's spirit. So the group, as Rohani Satsang, decided to make him the next group. And this man, who is a foreigner, wasn't very happy. So he broke away and formed Ekanka. That's why in Ekanka, as in Rohani Satsang, we'll talk about the nectar, we'll talk about the sound, talk about the light. These are the only three things they talk about. You must feel the nectar, you must hear the sound, and then you must see the light. But I tell you, I practice this, I've not seen any light. No, I'm not joking. I'm just being realistic as I am. You sit there for years, you never see any light. You only imagine it. You will only imagine it. So I was part of Rohani Satsang. So I know this story. It's not like somebody is telling me. But I personally even didn't meet Darshan Singh, but it was Darshan Singh's group I belonged to, so I was initiated under his name. So group karma is like, we have individual karma. It's like me, whatever will happen on me as a person, that is called individual karma or sanskara. But then in your house, you are all born into a family. There are certain things that will happen and it will affect all of you in that family. So that becomes a group karma. And also you may be born into an Akan society, or born into an Ewe society, or Dagati, or Danbani, or whatever society. As a group, whatever is happening in that group is what will affect you. And because you have to learn the ways of your people, just like I am born an Ewe in this lifetime. And that's why Vodu appeals to me more. And I learn from the Ewe culture all the things that the Ewes do, the way they worship their God and approach divinity. That's what I'm doing. And if I were to be born an Akan, then probably that's what I would have been able to understand the most. So it is a group thing. So as a country, we are Ghanaians. If something happens to us as a country now, if it is Ghana going to go to war, even if you as an individual, you don't want to go to war, but because we are all one country, the war affects all of us. So that is what they call the group karma. So there is something like individual karma, community karma, and a group karma. So your destiny is the one who decides where to send you to enjoy or suffer this. That's why I'm saying when you create good actions in this lifetime. So in your next life, maybe where you will be placed, you will be more relaxed than where you are now. But if you create more actions, there is even saying in Ananda Madra, which I was a priest of, that sometimes you can even become an animal in your next life. If you behave very badly in this life, nature may not grant you a human body in your next life. You may become an animal. That's why sometimes you see certain animals, they behave more like a human being, but they can't talk. Are you getting my point? Yes. These are higher philosophy, so I don't want to teach these things and be making people scared. That's what I'm not teaching, but try to create good karma in this life, create good actions in this life so that your next life will be a better one. That's why I, as a person, and that's why I teach my children, every word that comes out of your mouth should be words that will heal somebody, not words that will go against people and cause them pain. Everything you do, your talks, your actions, the way you live your life, it should be a benefit to humanity. It should be a blessing to humanity. It is not to cause pain and harm to other beings or human beings. Because the more you create negative actions, the more you are piling up dirt on your soul or on your destiny or on your inner self. And when you are gone, that is what will follow you. Because even in science, they say to every action, there is equal and opposite reaction. Is it not? So if you throw a ball at the wall with speed, it will come back to you with speed. So if you don't want the ball to hit the wall hard and hit you hard, then you probably throw it small so that when you fall, it falls down there. It doesn't come to you directly. So every action that we take, whether good or bad, it has a reaction. So we should be mindful of our talks, our way of living, the way we treat people, the way we react to people. We should be very mindful of that in the sense that we will not be creating more of negative actions whereby negative reactions will follow. Is that okay? Okay. Technical crew, let's go up. Then we have on Facebook, Bella Jidepo Bacha. Bring Papa some water here. Or, oh yes, Bella, I have some water here. Thank you. Akwe. Thank you. And then we have Irene Neil. Does smoking weed affect spiritual growth or make one more able to be spiritually attacked? Neil, Irene, smoking weed can, depending on everybody's capacity. Some people smoke weed and their minds will get off their radar, and they call them mad people. There are also some people who will smoke weed and sit down and be able to get inspiration and use it to create art, to write music, and even to make decisions for people that will be beneficial to them. Everybody has their own way of doing things. I don't smoke weed, so I cannot really tell what people who smoke weed get out of it, but I drink alcohol. And when I drink alcohol, I feel happy. But then it makes me mad for a very short time. And then when I come back to myself again, then I am me. So we drink alcohol or take a weed or hallucinating this is just for us to get out of the normal and become abnormal for a short time. That's all. You become abnormal for a short time, and then when reality comes back, when the effect of that thing that is making you abnormal goes, then you become real. The same problem that you had before are still there. They don't go anywhere. They are waiting for you. So whether to smoke weed to make you spiritual or not, that one I don't know. There are some spiritual disciplines that people encourage smoking of weed, but in every traditional Voodoo, it is not encouraged. We don't use hallucinating herbs or things apart from alcohol, which is commonly sold and drunk and distilled anyway. That's it. With Ewe Vodu, it is not. They are not against it, but it is not something that people encourage. It is up to each and every individual how they want to make their own mind. Then we have Juliet. Juliet A. Are there aspects of Voodoo that are still mysterious to you? Definitely, I cannot know all. Voodoo is very deep. There are certain things in Voodoo that I personally had not come in contact with. Just like when somebody was asking a question on Koku Voodoo, I am not into Koku, so I don't know about Koku, and that means it is mysterious to me. There is a cult of the Ewe people called Ewe. I am not part of Ewe yet. So what the Ewe people do, I don't know. So it's still mysterious to me. And there are many other disciplines in Ewe Voodoo that I am not yet part of. I only know the things that my father taught me and what I had been grown up to do, and the little ones that I learned from other people. That's all that I know. If you notice that even on Afa, even though I'm also an Afa priest, I've been initiated for almost about 13, 14 years now. But I'm not very deep into Fa because I was more into the Voodoo, and that's what line that appeals to me. That's why when anything serious about Fa, I contact and try to associate with people who know it better than me because they have been in it all their life, and I contact them so that we collaborate and help people that come to me. But if you come to Voodoo directly, the ones that I know them very well. Even if I'm sleeping and you call me, I can tell you everything about them. That's how I am. And then we get a Torah favor. The message was retracted. And then Nuku Ameibo, please, how can we contact or get in touch with you to learn more about Voodoo? Nuku, my information are all there online. Just type it in African Magic Temple. You type in Revolution. You will see our listen. You'll see our address. Everything is there online. We are not hidden or people who will tell you that you shouldn't know where. Even if you go onto Google and you type in African Magic Temple, you will see our location. That's how we are. Thank you very much, Nuku. And then let's see, we are getting to 4:20 almost. So if we don't have any more questions, because they say 156 seconds to power off, that's happening for the computer, the what do you call it? 46 seconds for power off for the monitor. But it's okay. I think we can finish. So, and then we, okay, come down. There's some questions here I didn't see. We have to be careful with this one. The Bella Depot, for thanks for this last words on cowardice and fear. Thank you, Papa. Fear-based spirituality is a scam. It is true. It is true. It's a scam. Big, big, big scam. And then we have a for Martin, my brother there, for Martin Kobler saying, I see that smoke or smoking is used for some entities. Kindly explain the significance of smoking in Voodoo. Yes, the tobacco originally was an incense. I want you to understand that it was used as an incense to call spirits, to invite spirits, to let spirits be. So tobacco was used, and eventually people had to smoke the tobacco. Even my Togo Jopata, sometimes I have to smoke a real tobacco for it in the room. When he asks me that I should smoke tobacco, I smoke tobacco. So spirits use tobacco and all these things to energize themselves. So it is also probably weeds are also used in energizing spirits. Like, because if you talk about hemp or marijuana, it's also just a herb, like any other herb. So our ancestors used these herbs to combine with other herbs to form voodoo. And if they want a voodoo to be very active, because that herb is a very powerful herb, sometimes they put them into the voodoo, or even they put them into alcohol and use that alcohol to feed the voodoo. And sometimes people smoke it for the voodoo, but it is not the priest or the Bokor or the Husi, is the one who is smoking so that he gets high or this thing. But if the spirit asks, they do it for the spirit. But of course, individuals can choose whatever they want to do with their life. If you want to get high, it's your palabra. If you don't want to get high, it's your palabra. But it is not you getting high, it's what gives you spirituality. Because spirituality should come naturally. When spirits want to possess you or want to get up with you and connect with you, it should be a natural thing. It is not when you are high before they jump in. Then how can we tell which one is which one? Whether you are being real or you are being fake. If you are real and you are doing spiritual work in its real form, a spirit should automatically and directly possess you in your clear mind. It is not when you are drunk or you are possessed or you are high on drugs that will make spirits to come and possess you. So anybody who wants a real spirituality should not be on drugs before doing it. You can take drugs or take weed and all this thing. That is your palabra. I'm not the one who is going to tell you don't smoke or you should smoke. But for me, in my traditional spirituality, I am not teaching people that they should take drug or take a weed before having spirituality, because that is not our culture. But we can't stop people. We can advise that it is not the correct way to go. Be in your real self. And when you call a spirit and the spirit come upon you, you know that the spirit has come upon you. It is not when you are drunk or high on weed or any drug or whatsoever, then you call spirit. Then which identity are you projecting? So that's it. So then Martin Kobler is again, can I smoke onto my Jopata ring while praying? Sure, why not? I smoke to him sometime. I was just you can tell me you can smoke to your Jopata ring while you are praying to it. Because I live with alcohol, and if I am smoking, I smoke cigarette. Me and the old man, we used to smoke cigar sometimes when we sit together. He was over 120 years, but he still smokes cigar. You know, we sit there and we smoke together, and that didn't kill him. So everybody is different. We are all different. Somebody will drink one tot of alcohol and they go haywire. Somebody can drink the whole bottle and still sitting down and looking at you as if nothing has happened. We all have different capacities. So you should know your capacity. Whatever is good for your body, it is you who should know. It's not someone who has to tell you. If you know something is not good for your body, please don't get involved into it. And then we have a public relations. Papa, this is Doji from Las Vegas. Oh, hello, Doji. How are you? Thank you very much. Yes, we will continue with your questioning, but I think I have answered some of the questioning here today, especially concerning the Hindu and Indian things, the questions you were asking me on WhatsApp. So I hope you are fine, and then we'll be talking again, and let's continue. And whatever I can teach, whatever I can tell you, and then from my own personal experience, I will let you know. Thank you very much for joining the discussion. And then we have a SB. Hello, thank you for sharing so much. I have a few questions about pouring libation. My father, his cousin, and friend were killed, were like brothers, very close. Yes, so you can pour libation. What questions do you have? Then Linda Thomas Jones, Mama Fashi, it is important for us to not let our ego get in the way of learning process or our sharing. Yes, that's very true, Mama Fashi. I agree with you 100%. And then we'll go back, and then SB again, saying, would pouring libation to each one be a good way to honor their support for each other and the family? Yes, pouring some libation is just general. You are encouraging and supporting them in the spirit world, and they will in turn support you on the physical plane. But our ancestors, their prayer is the libation. Our ancestors don't go to any wall and be hitting their head on the wall and say they are calling God. They fetch alcohol or water or jachi, which is the corn flour with water, and then they call upon God and the universe, and they pour the water down on the earth, because we also call the Mother Earth on which we walk, and things change. So pouring libation is our way. Other people may have their also a different way of calling God, and I believe if God was not answering them, they wouldn't have continued doing that. But then in our Ewe culture, or we as Black people, our cultures, our people pour libation. And then we have again, SB is saying that also as a vegetarian, asks, are there any taboos on what to feed my ancestors, or is any of their favorite dishes okay? Yeah, if you want to feed your ancestors by yourself without doing any reading, then whatever you think is their favorite dish, if you think that that's what will be good for them, that's fine. It is what you do. We in Voodoo, our people in Voodoo are not vegetarians. We eat meat, we eat fish, we eat anything that is good for us to eat. And it doesn't stop us from worshiping God, or it doesn't stop us from getting the power that we can get through our way of approaching the divine. So if you choose not to eat meat, that is your cup. And the teeth is in our mouth is supposed to be able to use for chewing something. So we in Ewe Vodu, we chew meat, we chew fish. That's what it is. So if your ancestors had not eaten meat or anything before, you want to feed them with vegetables, that's fine. I don't have a problem with it. But if you want to find out from your ancestors what you should feed them, then do a reading. Then you know exactly what they want from you. No, people, a lot of time people don't know that spirituality is a technique. When you want to feed ancestors, sometimes what they want is not what you are giving them. So how do you expect them to accept it? You must find out what they want, because you yourself, you will not know. So we do reading and ask them, what do they want? And then when they say this, then we give them that and we see results. But when you think from your mind that, oh, just because I like this, my ancestors will like it, how do you know? It doesn't happen like that. So it is advisable to always seek counseling and also reading to find out what exactly to do to get maximum benefit from your ancestors. Then Juliet A again, thank you for your honest and sincere responses. You are moving into. Thank you for your honest and sincere responses and sharing. There is always more to learn. Yes, there is always more to learn. Then public relations. How can someone like me who want to come back to Voodoo and progressively learn to be a priest proceed cautiously? You have to find a priest. and then the priests have to guide you and tell you the things to do. And if there are initiations to do for you, they have to do the initiation. But you should also know that spirituality doesn't come at a very cheap. It's quite expensive. You must be really willing and really committed to go into it. That's the advice I'll give to you. It's time consuming, dedication, and money. And then we have a Chotsi, that's Jackie. Greetings, thank you for explaining the tobacco and hemp use. My great grandmother used this the way you describe it. Thank you very much, Jackie. Thank you very much. And then we have a public relation from Doji of Las Vegas. Okay, so that public relation is also Doji. Papa from Doji. Okay, Doji. Yeah, I know you are practicing vegetarian thing, so you should think, if you want to feed your ancestors, we will know what to feed them. We are Eves. We are not Indian people. Our people are not vegetable eating people. We eat meat. That's why our fathers and grandfathers were hunters. If we were not eating meat, why do you think they were doing hunting for? And in our culture, we even have the spirit of hunting. So what use is that spirit if we're supposed to be eating vegetables? No, let's think realistic.
Yeah.
You have a hunter spirit. In the Yoruba, they have call it Ochosi. We will call it in our Ebe Ade. And they always carry gun or something, traps to catch animal and eat. And if you think that vegetable eating is supposed to be voodoo, then why is that spirit there? Then that spirit will always be hungry. And Ade is one of the spirits that help people a lot when you travel to be able to make things and come back home. And then you are eating vegetable for it, or you're giving him vegetable. How can you help? Okay, thank you very much, everybody. I think we are done for public relation. That's the hunter spirit can eat meat for sure. That's what I'm talking about. So if you hunter spirit to eat America clone, no. So thank you all for joining us today. And for Martin Kabla again, thank you, my lovely brother. Now me and Tommy Jopata can now enjoy my pipe. Hey, go ahead. My old man was smoking his pipe until he died. He always smoked pipe. Even when I go, sometimes he smoke the pipe and then blow the smoke in my head so that I can use it to rap. It's a blessing for me. So Tommy Jopata smokes, so smoke for him. Yes, so I'm thanking all of you for joining us today. I think we are now 4:33, which is a very good timing. And I'm going to do some reading for some people. And I'm thanking you all. I think there's a question from some other people on YouTube. Yeah, there are some questions from YouTube. Yeah. Okay, then, okay, that's Doji there. Okay, then Irene knew I work in a hospital and often feel sensitive to others' energy. Any simple things I can do to protect and clean myself? Irene, you should be using salt and charcoal. That's a thing I can say. Put charcoal, wood charcoal into water, and then add salt to it, so that after taking your normal shower, you use it to rinse yourself. You can even sometimes put it in the bath, and then like how people take a bath, you can sit inside and let the negative energies drain from your body by sitting inside for some time. You can, if it is too cold, you can make it lukewarm and just sit inside, the charcoal inside and the salt inside. It will cleanse your aura. And then we have I can see Richard Okanse. Good afternoon, Mr. Christopher. Greetings to you all. Thank you very much. I can see, how are you? Thank you for joining. And then, hey, Mama, also say thank you. Irene New, thank you for your time and information. And public relation, if a spirit wants you to eat meat and another does not want you to, how do you proceed to please both spirits sides, Papa? Please answer this for me before you leave. From Doji of Las Vegas. Doji, you see, there are some spirits that do not take alcohol. And also there are spirits that take alcohol. There are spirits that do not eat blood. And there are also some spirits that eat blood. So for me, a spirit that doesn't take alcohol, I will never give them alcohol. And a spirit that doesn't eat blood, there is no way you can give them blood. So it is. If you are going to approach a spirit that doesn't eat meat, then don't eat meat before approaching it. And if you are approaching a spirit that eats meat, you can eat meat before approaching it. That's as simple as that. Because this spirit world is not only one spirit that you can work with and call yourself a spiritualist or a great person. There are thousands and millions of spirits around you, and some will be attracted to you either out of your honesty, or if you are a criminal, some will be attracted to you, some will be attracted to you out of your honesty. So whichever spirit comes to you or work with you, you must respect their way and also make sure you don't go against their order, in the sense that you may go against their order and they get angry and they will not work with you, they will leave you. But then there are some spirits also, if you go against their order, they will create some difficulty in your way so that you can see their anger. So you must know what you are working with. That's why I don't advise people who just read books and start practicing from book by saying that, oh, I saw this spirit and it's my spirit, it's my guardian angel. Who told you it's your guardian angel? A lot of time people just come into that without getting any initiation, without getting any teacher, without getting any instruction from anybody. They just start practicing things. And when they get into trouble, then they start looking for answers. If you want to do spirituality, take your time. It's nothing to hurry about. Just take your time. Learn very well before you get involved into whatever spirit you want to work with. Know about the background of that spirit. Don't just jump because it's called spirit, it's called voodoo, and you just go and take it. You may have problems. So then we have Irene Neal saying thank you here. Thank you to Irene. And I'm thanking all of you for Martin Kobler and all the people who are in the studio with us today. I'm very grateful to all of you. Big Sister Ifa Dara is saying, many thanks, Papa. Have an amazing day. Same to you. And then Shamba Musa Mohammed, thank you, Papa. We love you. Thank you, Shamba. I love you, all of you. And then Danilo in Berile, he didn't ask question today, but I say thank you, Papa. Thank you to Danilo. I didn't get your questions today, but I hope you learned something from the discussion that we had today. And hopefully next Sunday, we'll be live again, and prepare your questions, and I will be here to answer. Thank you all for joining us, and may the ancestors continue to bless and shower you with health, money, and all that is good in life. May this new month, which starts tomorrow, February is starting tomorrow, as if we were in December yesterday. Now January has ended, and we are entering into the second month. May February bring good luck into your lives. Thank you, and see you again next Sunday. Bye-bye.